Beautiful people of YouTube, it's your boy Sckullie here. Today we're going to be looking at the wonderful world of car soccer, but more specifically dribbling, and what I learned as I tried to force myself to learn this new skill. In a game where positioning is 50% of a good play, car and ball control are also key to any positive endgame outcome. One of the most prominent displays of absolute car ball control would be the ability to bounce and control the ball while it hits the top of your battle car, and that's what we're going to talk about today. One thing I like to mention before we start is that I'm not by any means some professional Rocket League player, nor do I ever intend to be. This video is solely created to display and analyze my proof of concept, and most importantly to show that you don't really have to be a good player to learn this skill. For reference, as a player I rank somewhere between Gold 3 and Plat 2, which is why I actually am teaching myself this skill. You see, Rocket League at its foundation is completely a skill-based game. In reality, no amount of cash you throw at it will make you any better. Time investment, repetition, practice are your best friends. The point I'm trying to make is that the more mechanical skill you have under your belt, the further you'll reach. So, without further ado, let's begin. You know, when I started practicing dribbling, I never imagined I'd actually be able to successfully balance the damn ball on top of my car. It seems impossible. Especially when it comes to starting off. At the beginning process is extremely frustrating. However, this can be lessened as long as you can memorize and learn proper execution of what I'm about to show you. Alright, so in my book, there are 3 factors that go into dribbling. The first of these would be the initiation stage. This is how you come into contact with the ball. The second would be mounting, knowing how to catch the ball so it lands and stays in your vehicle on the right spot and it's maintainable. And then the third, and lastly, would be stabilization. This is maneuvering your vehicle so the momentum of the ball is cancelled out, and the only momentum that your ball obtains is that your vehicle applies to it. So let's break it down. So, in my opinion, the initiation stage is the most difficult of the 3, as it requires several factors to be in place to perform correctly. But once learned, the process is really easy. So our first goal in this stage is to give the ball the correct amount of momentum as to get it rolling in one direction with speed, but not so hard that you can't catch up to it, but also not so slow that when you collide with the ball, it doesn't just get pushed back. Once caught up, your next goal is to situate your car in either the front left or the front right of the ball relative to where it's moving and drive into it. If the ball is moving too slow, the ball won't pop up or it will just get pushed back. If the ball is moving too fast, the ball will pop up, however most times you will lose control of it. Finding the perfect in-between will allow you to pop up the ball and keep it relatively close to you. As you get better, you'll start to notice that you can handle the ball at higher speeds, but this just comes with practice. At this point in the video, if you're having trouble popping up the ball, it's most likely to do with how you engage contact with the ball. In this diagram, I mapped out the best possible spots to nudge yourself against the ball. Keep in mind that the diagram and the markers laid out only work if the ball is already in motion. Green X's represent the best place to come into contact with the ball, where orange is that in-between spot where it's harder but can still be done with enough practice. Red X's designate where not to hit the ball, as it will only push it away from you. I highly recommend practicing just this step, not worrying about catching the ball until you have a good feel for how you should manipulate the ball and the car to perform this accurately. Next step would be catching or mounting the ball. These steps get easier from here on out, but there are 2 factors you want to pay attention to. One is the positioning relative to the ball once it's popped up, and 2, and I can't stress this enough, is your speed relative to the ball. Once the ball is situated on top of your car, or in the process of being so, you want to try your best to keep the car centered in the ball marker, all the while maintaining your speed so that it matches the speed of the ball. If you're going too fast, you'll end up leaving the ball behind, and alternatively, if you're going too slow, the ball will leave you behind. One interesting note on speed control at this level that I realized while getting to this stage is that the gas input on your controller is incremental, meaning that the harder you pull that trigger, the faster your car will go until you hit top speed. As where the brake or reverse input is essentially a toggle, meaning that once it's triggered, your car will come to a full stop before reversing. With the brake input, you have no decremental speed control. Full stopping in most cases will cause you to lose control of the ball. So how do you slow down enough without losing control of the ball, you ask? Well, remember how I told you that the gas input is an incremental function? The harder you squeeze, the faster you go? Well, the same applies when you let off the gas. You begin to slow down until you full stop. This is something I had to figure out when learning this. So instead of hitting the brake, and trust me, you're going to want to do this often, so practice not doing it. Instead of hitting the brake, try letting off the gas to slow down instead. Once done correctly, you should be able to mount the ball with ease. One thing I like to do when I know I'm about to catch the ball is to tap the gas so I can stay in position along with maintain relative speed to the ball. My time practicing this skill, I noticed that there are two ways to slow down the ball once you get the first two steps down. But before I continue this portion of the video, I just want to say that a lot of this portion of this stage really comes down to feel and practice. So, one of the ways I tend to slow down the ball when I have it mounted would be speeding up a tad faster than the ball and then letting go or tapping the gas. Essentially, you just want to get outside the ball marker just slightly while it's moving forward, then reduce your speed so the friction between the ball and the car will slow it down. In some cases, I've noticed that the ball will pop on the roof of your car. This is okay. However, if it happens, just go back to stage 2. The second method of slowing down the ball would be turning while dribbling. This is difficult in itself, but in my opinion, it's the best way to slow down the ball and maintain control, along with looking like a complete badass while doing it. Turning is the process of steering your car outside the ball marker, just slightly, opposite of the direction you want to go, and then steering into the ball towards your desired direction. I can't reiterate this enough, a lot of this portion of the guide all comes down to feel and muscle memory, but with practice, this can be achieved. So, there you have it. Hopefully, I relayed all the information I picked up during this strenuous endeavor. I'm sure some seasoned veterans will get a hold of the video and find something to castrate me on. So if you see or didn't see something in my video that you think I missed out on, please let me know in the comment section. Furthermore, if this video did help you, please drop a like. I put a frick ton of work into making this video, and I just really wanted to get it out to the Rocket League community. And if you're new to my channel, why not subscribe? I try to post content regularly, and I just started introducing Rocket League into my channel. Keep in mind that I do have RL things that I am a part of, so I don't always post. However, I try to put out content as much as I can. With all that said, I'd like to thank you guys for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.